All right, so I get a lot of inspiration from Instagram, and lately I've been watching an artist. If I find her name, I couldn't find her today, I will put it in the description of the video below. But what she does is she actually has two containers. She has a silicone bowl. I don't have one, so I'm using a paper bowl. And then another one. And as she's dumping out this, she's dumping paint into the container that she's dumping out of. So I want to try that. I'm going to go a little bigger than I normally would because I want to see the effects on a bigger area so that I can practice again. And what we're going to do is we're going to use fire colors for our colors in the bowl. And then I'm going to put a tiny bit of silicone in my black and white and drizzle that from here into there. Now, what I'm hoping happens, normally your silicone is going to come straight out and we're going to see that all mixed up. I'm hoping that I get sections of just black and white, and I get some that mixes and brings out cells, black and white cells, up into these colors. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see if it happens. I do have a little bit of white paint that I'm going to put on the base, but I'm kind of excited. I don't know if I have the dexterity to do this right, but we're gonna try it out. So first, I need to put the paint in the bowl. And again, this is a 16 by 20 canvas. So if you add it up, I need roughly 15 ounces of paint. These are each 2.5, 3 ounces. Plus I have a little extra in this one, so I should have enough paint. And I'm using all Creative Inspirations, just their regular colors, and then the white is Artist Loft. Just in case this goes amazing and people want to replicate, or it goes horribly and you want to stay away from it. Either way works. So I have about 2.5 ounces of mixed paint in here. I normally do one, and I'll put it up here so you guys can see. You know what? I'm going to do the black because you actually can see when it comes into black. I'm going to do one big drop. All right, I did 3 little drops, hopefully one big drop. That came out too fast. I usually do 1 drop of silicone per 2 mixed ounces of paint. So, try and do this correctly this time. So that was 2 little drops of paint. So I don't use a lot of silicone. You don't need a lot. My paint is kind of a medium consistency. It makes a mound and then goes away. And my medium is 3/4 glue all to 1/4 water. And then all of these needed a little bit more water. The yellow was way thicker than the rest of the paint, so we're gonna mix this in good, and right before we put it in the cup, we'll mix it in well again. All right, so we'll leave these over here. So first, I just kind of wanted to have a little of each color. And I mix these up quickly, so you'll see a lot of bubbles in here, which is fine. And then I wanted to get a little of that. Put the orange in here. Just kind of making stuff up here. It's coming out of a big bowl, so I ought to have a lot of paint coming out, but I got a big canvas, so I do want to use it all just in case. Then we're gonna mix this up well again. Do a couple layers of this. So now, I'm just gonna put a base coat down right here in the middle. I'm going to torch later, so I'm not worried about that yet. I'm going to grab this bowl. I think I want to do this first. And again, let's see if we can I didn't pour the black fast enough, I don't think, so we'll just use this as our exterior. So I'm doing a quick experiment. One thing that I didn't think about that I just barely did is any of the silicone that hits the canvas first may push all the paint away, so I may have to do some touch-ups. But, you know, when you get a little excited about a project, sometimes you forget stuff like that. So, paint-wise, I think I like this side better. So I'm going to push the paint off this side first, so that when I come back to push it off this way and it kind of ends there, I get more of this pushed over to this side. We're just going to go nice and slow. But see how my exterior is just getting rolled over? I'm hoping some of that silicone will come up through because of that. But we'll see. Don't want to lose too much. I'm afraid I don't have enough paint. Guess this was a little thicker than I was expecting. Again, you got to realize there's a piece of wood there that has a lip on the edge, and so it has to get up and over that lip. And if it's dry, it's going to prevent it from happening even more. Honestly, that was not at all what I was expecting. Part of that is because I did not have enough paint. I've been doing this for years and still, it happened twice in the last month. All right, so here's the results I got. A couple of little cells here, not near what I wanted, but I did get to paint and I did get to learn some things. So number one, I said during the video, I didn't have enough paint. I just had to tilt so much to get this, and it just made the paint mix way more than I wanted to. And you could definitely tell that with how all the lines that are very squiggly everywhere, it didn't really hold its place. I didn't have enough paint. So that's the big thing. Second thing, I probably should have not tried to wiggle both the cup that I was using and the bowl. I should have just had the bowl be straight and wiggled the cup inside, and I think that kind of was a detriment to how this looked. I'm going to have to do some more testing to figure that out. However, I learned some stuff and I got to paint. So ultimately it's a win for me. I may just repaint over this with the next one and maybe change up the colors. Also, my wife didn't like the colors either, but I think this one's going to dry darker. You can see the black underneath, so it'll dry much darker. So we'll see ultimately how it turns out. But if you want to start to learn how to do a straight pour, which is kind of the precursor to the method I did here, here's the video for you.